Hello, everyone. Welcome in. I'm Amy of AJC Magic TV. And I do welcome you all in. And we will be talking about our Disney trip. I do have a guest with me. I don't know how long she'll be able to stay. And that way you can get sort of a second timer, but sort of like a first time because they were real little when they came on the trip originally. So welcome in, Penguin Master. And you're on mute, so you know that. So you need to unmute. So oh, that is Penguin Master, and we will be talking about our Disney trip that we just came back from, and maybe some merchandise and everything. At least I will show my merchandise. I will let Penguin Master show in a video or a live stream herself. But welcome in, everyone. I will check and see who all has stopped into the live stream today. And I do welcome you all in. But welcome in Dennis Algazi. He's going to be on Team Replay. Welcome in Francisco, Monarch Moments, Catherine Wilby, What in the World with Russ, Candy Mom, Annie Koo. So welcome in, everyone. Please share out the stream. Also hit that thumbs up button if you're going to be in and out. It does help out our channel, and we welcome you in. And if you're new watching or watching the replay, leave a comment, consider subscribing, check out all our other videos. We'll have lots of other videos coming out from around the parks and everything in that. And also in and around Pennsylvania, Ohio, West Virginia, and any time that we're down in Orlando, we'll go live. But this past trip, it had started out as a trip that I had asked Penguin Master's sister, and then their brother, her Penguin. You can go ahead and talk and say who came with you, Penguin Master.
So it was my sister and my brother. They joined along on our small little trip.
And the last time Penguin Master was there, she was 4 years old, so they don't really remember too much. They remembered some things, but not much. So welcome in the Penguin Master. I do welcome everyone in, and we will talk about our trip and everything. And I will let Penguin Master give her opinion of what she thought of like the resort and the parks and maybe her favorite rides. And maybe if there's a favorite souvenir or something that she brought home. But we went down to Walt Disney World Saturday morning. Luckily, we got lucky because in this area, a snowstorm an ice storm, snowstorm had come in Thursday evening. Like Thursday, actually started raining Thursday, and then Southwest was canceling a lot of flights. A lot of airlines were canceling flights, and I was getting a little nervous because I wasn't sure when this was all going to stop. And luckily, our flight did not get canceled Saturday morning on Southwest. But I know also one of the other reasons why I was going down was friends of mine, their daughter is in the South Fayette marching band, and that was their band trip weekend. And I was planning on going anyway, and I had asked her older sister, and to come, and then she had asked if Penguin Master and her brother can come. Her brother's name's Colton, but I don't want to really put it out there at that. And so I said, well, I'm going down for the marching band. That was one of the things. And then we picked our parks. We really only had 3 park days, and just like a quick weekend, long enough to go down, kind of enjoy and everything. There is a question for you, Penguin Master, and you can answer that if you see it by Catherine Wilby. Did you get to do what you wanted to do?
Yeah, for the most part, yes, because the main thing I kind of want to do is Tower of Terror, and we managed to do that on Monday, and just did a lot of the things that we wanted to do.
Yes, Rhonda, we're home already. It was pretty much a pretty quick trip. Um, it was actually hard to get the airline reservations because I wanted to kind of go Friday, and with the marching band in this area going, I believe a lot of the stuff filled up, and the prices were already sky high before I got to book these tickets because I actually got $99 around $99 on Southwest. So on our trip, well, each 99 on one of them, so like it's about $200 round trip to go down from Pittsburgh because, like I said, a lot of the parents and different people from this area booked up the airline, and then with the snowstorm coming, it really made the flights that were actually available on Friday evening and Saturday full. Um, Southwest doesn't give Pittsburgh too many nonstop flights. You can connect through Baltimore or fly to Nashville or and then go down to Orlando. But um, I wish they would give more nonstop flights from Pittsburgh because every flight I've been on from Pittsburgh is um, jam packed with families and business people and stuff. So yeah, but welcome in, Rhonda. Um, so we arrived on Saturday morning about 8:30 a.m. I started to get the text for our hotel room. We stayed at the All Star Music Family Suites. With the suites and with the resort being pretty well booked, with there were cheerleading groups or dance groups in that resort, that the rooms were pretty well booked. Our room was not ready until well after 3 o'clock. Plus, with their shortage of staff and everything, we did not get into our room until 3:30. But we didn't go back to our room till like 8 o'clock at night. We just drove straight to Hollywood Studios since they kept saying the room wasn't ready. Yeah, there were a lot of cheerleaders and also South American groups were down there also on tours and stuff. But they didn't really bother us too much. We really weren't at the resort except like in the food court, and that's where you ran into them, or sometimes on the bus route, walking through the resort. But we had an all-star music family suite, and you can let them know what you thought of the room, Penguin.
Room was fun. I don't really have too much when it comes to the rooms or like resorts. Just place to stay, mostly just go there for the night, really.
And also, we didn't really yeah, we also rode the Tower of Terror with Russ Stapleton. Um, we we got there right at before rope drop because resort guests at all the parks got a half hour earlier, and at Magic Kingdom and Epcot, or I'm sorry, Magic Kingdom and Hollywood Studios, 8:30 to 9 p.m. 8:30 to 9 a.m. was resort guests. So we were able to go right in, and once we got the Hollywood Studios, we didn't have to wait with the masses outside of the park at 9 a.m. And so yeah, we got there right around 8:30 or so at the Magic Kingdom and Hollywood Studios, and then we also got into Epcot at 9:30 in the morning because they didn't open till 10 p.m. or 10 a.m. with the regular guests. I'm getting my nights and days mixed up here. Welcome in, Monarch Moments, Garrett, Michelle, Gabe, and Hannah. Welcome in. And the weather was more in the 60s, maybe a little bit in the 70s when we arrived. It was raining. I could see that on Mouse Talks. I was watching Mouse Talk on YouTube when we first landed, and you could tell we went from like sunny skies in the plane into Orlando with it overcast and everything. So they could have went swimming if they wanted to, but we really weren't at the resort that much at that point. But go ahead and tell them your favorite rides from Hollywood Studios,
I
Penguin
like
Master.
I like the Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railroad. I just like that, and the song just stuck in my head. I like Tower of Terror. My sister just screamed her head off and ended up losing her voice from that. Uh, yeah, it's pretty cool to go around a Galaxy Edge. I like to drink from the Cantina Carbon Freeze, and yeah, those were my top two.
We did ride Rise of the Resistance and Smugglers Run, and you could tell what your brother's favorite rides were.
Yeah, my brother, he's all about Star Wars, so he just was going nuts over there, getting millions of photos. He even bought one of the robes from over there. So he liked the Smugglers Run and Rise of the Resistance and hanging out in the cantina.
And Garrett from Monarch Moments would like to know what was the best part of the trip for you?
Hmm.
Meeting Jeff This Our Dreams and Russ.
Yeah, probably that. That was pretty neat to meet Russ and Jeff and Angela, and just getting to hang out a little break from school time right after we took our midterm finals, so that was nice.
Do you have a favorite park from? I know we didn't get to Animal Kingdom, but out of the 3 parks, what was your favorite park?
Mm, I liked probably Magic Kingdom, but I like Hollywood Studios a lot too.
Garrett wants to know why the Penguins are in 3rd place.
I don't know. The other teams just have game in hand and are just pretty good. Penguins can win a lot all they want, but just saying enough. Hey, I'll take that anyways.
But yeah, our first day was Hollywood Studios. Um, the first ride that we did go back on, well, we went on Star Tours was the first ride when we got there, and then we did Muppets, and then we did go into Galaxy's Edge, and walked around. We didn't ride Smugglers Run until later on, but we did go walking around and everything, and then we had our Rise of the Resistance reservation. um, so we did enjoy the Rise of the Resistance, and then I think we went to after the or actually, yeah, we did Rise of the Resistance, and then we went to Sci-Fi Dine-In, the Sci-Fi Drive-In Dine-In restaurant. And what did you think of that, Penguin Master?
Oh, I like how it's just like the atmosphere just set up. I like that a lot, just hanging out in there.
And can
Pretty
you
nice.
describe what it looked like for people who may never been there
Okay.
before?
So each table's set up as a car. There's like old time like commercials and little shows happening in the background. Dark nighttime type of scene to make it feel like it's a drive-in.
And you sit in cars. Um, the only thing is, like when they do the cars, they do have some that go sideways if you are in a wheelchair or need that type of table. But most of them, you sit in the cars. So 2 in the front, 2 in the middle, and sometimes in the back, 2 in the back, depending on. So six people could sit there. You probably could put little kids in between parents as a third person, but other than that, it's two in a seat. And on the menu there, it was mainly burgers and sandwiches. There was a turkey sandwich, a buffalo chicken sandwich, or yeah, buffalo chicken or a grilled chicken sandwich, a buffalo chicken salad, and then they had appetizers. They ended up getting the chicken fingers and fries appetizer, or chicken fingers, and then having fries. So, and I had a burger from there, a bacon cheeseburger from the menu, and um, 2 of them had. I had a chocolate milkshake, and 2 of them had a cookies and cream milkshake. So they did have some milkshakes on the menu: chocolate, vanilla, strawberry, and cookies and cream. And then they had regular beverages like Coke, Sprite, water, and then you can get your alcoholic beverages at whatever was on the menu. But we did enjoy our lunch and everything. Welcome in, Captain Akron. Thank you for joining. And after we had lunch at the Sci-Fi Dine-In, um, we then were waiting for one of my other family members who actually lives in in the Orlando area, and we kind of went shopping and waited for them to come so we could ride Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. Welcome in the Disney Nerd Herders. Thank you for joining. And so once they came, we did the Mickey's and Minnie's Runaway Railway. And then we had a reservations for Oga's Cantina. And we all went in there. Everybody had the carbon freeze. And um, the carbon freeze, I had a fuzzy tauntaun. Our other relative had a fuzzy tauntaun. And there were three of us that were over 21, and we kind of shared the fuzzy tauntaun for Penguin Master's sister to try because I wanted to see what her reaction was to when you got your lips and tongue numb and everything. But they all had the carbon freeze, and then the one thing was like a little jello thing. It was like Oga's. I can't remember the actual name, but it was like a jello. It's not alcoholic, but it was like an Oga's thing, and it was like a little jello thing with frog eggs, which were boba balls, and then like a crunchy pop stuff, like supposed to be like the frog bones or something. But they had that also, and we enjoyed our time there and looking around and everything. And then we got the ride Smugglers Run, and that's the first time for me that I actually rode Smugglers Run with people I knew. Most of the time on my solo trips, I would either take the solo ride line or I would go through the line and see what I could get. And that was the second time I ever got to pilot the Millennium Falcon. Her brother Colton and I piloted. Penguin Master and her sister were gunners, and our other relative was the engineer. So, and what did you think of Smugglers Run? I know you're not as into Star Wars as Colton is, but it's still. What did you think?
It was neat, just a lot of pushing buttons, so it was fine. Of course, my brother enjoyed it much more, of course.
Yes. And after Smugglers Run, we hit the Toy Story Land with Slinky Dog Dash, and we also rode the Alien Swirling Saucers, and then Toy Story Mania. Oh, no problem, Candy Mom. Thank you for coming back. But so we did do Slinky Dog Dash. Did you push the yellow button, me or Colton? I think I was the one that I was on the brake side where you had to brake everything on as the pilot. It was kind of strange piloting because I've usually been the gunner or gotten stuck being the engineer when you do the single rider line. But I still enjoy it. It's a nice simulator type of thing. But Colton got to bring us into the time warp or the warp speed and everything. He was the other pilot, the right side of the Millennium Falcon. So, like I said, that's the first time I actually got to ride it with people I knew and everything. Um, so that was fun. And we did all the rides in Toy Story Land, Toy Story Mania, Slinky Dog Dash, and the Alien Swirling Saucers. And what did you think of Slinky Dog Dash?
Oh, I like Slinky Dog. That was a lot of fun. I just like the Toy Story theming and stuff because that's one of my favorite. Just like all the Pixar stuff.
And what were your favorite rides in the Toy Story Land, like Slinky Dog, and what else did you like?
Toy Story Mania.
And you challenged your sister, but I don't think you won.
No, I did not. I thought I was gonna do way better, but ultimately did not reach it.
And after we had finished that, we decided that is it true you almost beat up Walt? Yeah, he came up behind me and I wasn't paying attention and like actually seeing him, and he comes up and like, you can't have that camera there. And when I looked, I'm like, oh, okay, because I thought it was a cast member. And then I looked and saw Melissa, and I'm like, oh man, I just got tricked by Walt. But it was great seeing Walt and Melissa at the Magic Kingdom. After the Toy Story Mania, that was all the rides that we had done. It was kind of getting a little chilly, and we wanted to look at some of the stores, and we were planning on, we wanted to get back and check into our room, and then we headed over to the Magic Kingdom that evening to finish out the evening because it was open till 10 p.m. We were kind of deciding whether to go to Epcot or Magic Kingdom, but since the Magic Kingdom was open till 10 p.m., we decided to go there after we went to the room and put in our luggage and changed into um, like a sweatshirt and stuff because it was a kind of chilly in the evening and everything. And then we got over there and rode a few rides. They did Pirates and that we did the Jungle Cruise. I did Aladdin. So that was about the three rides that we did, and we got some pictures at the castle and everything. So we just did kind of a quick trip and look through the Emporium. I'm sure I have to go back and watch the live stream to that part when he came up to me and everything. Yeah, it's been kind of cold. It was a little bit warmer than what we left here in Pittsburgh. So that was quite fun. The next day, we did get up, go to the Magic Kingdom because that was parade day. And while we were at the Magic Kingdom, Penguins can tell us what we all did while we were there. Our first ride was Peter Pan, I believe. Or no, Winnie the Pooh.
Oh yeah, Winnie the Pooh. So we did Winnie the Pooh, Peter Pan. We did Dumbo 2 different times. Trying to think what else.
The Haunted Mansion.
Oh yeah, Haunted Mansion.
We did
We
pretty
watched.
much
Yeah.
almost everything at the Magic Kingdom except a few things. The night before, we did do the Enchanted Tiki Birds. That was our last thing that we did when we were at the Magic Kingdom the night before. Yeah, so we came in. They had all the resort guests go up through like tomorrow between Tomorrowland and Fantasyland, and so we hit Winnie the Pooh, and then went over to Peter Pan, and then down to the Haunted Mansion. And after the Haunted Mansion, we kind of went back over towards Tomorrowland for the cattails. Her sister wanted to try out one of the cattails, and then they all got slushies. If you want to tell them what slushies you guys got.
So my sister, my brother, they got the all mixed up slushy, and then I had the unhappy birthday slushy. Pretty good.
And they're Alice in Wonderland themed because it was at that Cheshire Cat um, little stand between Tomorrowland and Fantasyland. And they seem to be pretty tasty. I just had a small taste, and they her sister really enjoyed the cattail. Yes, welcome in, Mad Scoo. Hello, Will the Hitchhiking Bones. Thank you for joining. And yes, that's no problem. But thank you for dropping in. Um, yeah, so we did all of that. Then we went over to Tomorrowland. We were going to get on the People Mover, but they kind of was down and the line got real crazy. So we turned around and saw that that's when I decided to go live when we got into the Carousel of Progress. Her brother really wanted to see that. He's really into Walt Disney. He reads a lot of the Walt Disney books that are out there. He owns a few. He's read the Bob Iger book, a lot of engineer books. Watches a lot of those documentaries on Disney Plus and everything. So all those traditional rides that Walt had a hand in, or at least the idea since that was around when Walt Disney was alive, the Carousel Progress. And that's when I decided to go live. And then we did the Buzz Lightyear and the People Mover. And then I went on to get a spot for the parade because it was getting close to that time, and found a pretty good spot around the castle. I wanted to get the castle, but I didn't want to be in the crowd on actual Main Street, so I got into the Castle Hub. We do have it on a live stream. I will be dropping a separate video of the parade. I figured I'd let some of the other people get their parade videos out there and everything. I did see as the parade going by, Jeff running down Main Street to get the band going into down Main Street and then into behind the firehouse there. So, and yes, it was a good spot, Candy Mom. And thanks to Candy Mom, she was able to. I wasn't sure. I knew Walt and Melissa were in the park. I kept missing them at the rides, and I couldn't catch up to them just because, like, I would be in one thing and they walk pretty fast, and not that I don't walk fast, but I wasn't in a spot where I could get up there real fast. And luckily, Candy Mom let them know I was there, and they came back and said hello before they headed out for the day and everything. So it was great to see Walt and Melissa there. I did meet up with Jeff and Angela after the parade and some other friends that came down to see their kids in the parade and just kind of talked. And they went on to Dumbo and shopping at the big tent, and then I don't know if they went on another ride. We did do the riverboat. Yes, you did. But you could tell them what else you did.
I think we mostly just ended up walking around a lot because we couldn't decide what to do. But yeah, it's mainly Dumbo and then picking up,
Shopping.
yeah, a couple pins and got a treat from the big tent. Can't remember exactly what else we
Big
did
top
in that.
souvenirs. Yeah.
Yeah, what else we did in that time frame.
Hello, Mark. I know you guys took a lot of pictures because I had seen them in front of the castle and stuff. We did meet back up by the riverboat. We were going to go into the Hall of Presidents, but that had just started. So we went on the riverboat, and then we went over to Country Bears Jamboree. We rode Big Thunder Mountain, and then went back to the Hall of Presidents because Colton wanted to see that. And and then after the Hall of Presidents, we had corn dogs from Sleepy Hollow. From the Sleepy Hollow area, we had the corn dogs and homemade potato chips. Welcome in, Wonderful World of Walter, Dad, Mark. Thank you for joining. If you guys haven't already done so, please hit that thumbs up button. It does help out the channel and it is much appreciated. Share out the stream if you like. And if you're new, consider subscribing and checking out all our other videos. And if you're watching the replay, just leave a comment and let us know if you've been to Walt Disney World before, or if you've been to Disneyland and what maybe your favorite ride is. What was your favorite ride at the Magic Kingdom, or your top favorite rides at Magic Kingdom?
I like the Peter Pan and the Winnie the Pooh. Uh, Pirates was pretty neat. Of course, my brother was more into that because he actually watches like the movies and stuff. And I like the Jungle Cruise also.
And did you like Space Mountain?
Yeah, except for I was like didn't fully know what was ahead of that because I never fully did that or really remembered. So it's like, oh, it's dark and just weird drops out of nowhere.
And their sister also lost their voice there, also screaming. Because that was the only person I heard screaming.
Oh, definitely. Funny. Every time I'd be looking, oh, that's just her.
Welcome in. It's Joey's World, Lisa, Keith, and Joey. Thank you for joining. Yeah, I really enjoy the Jungle Cruise. That's one of my favorites. I love Big Thunder Mountain. Splash Mountain is down for refurbishment. I do enjoy Peter Pan. Dumbo is one of my favorites, and Space Mountain is one of my favorites also. And so we did do Space Mountain. We did pretty much everything. They didn't get on the laugh floor. That was the Monsters Inc. laugh floor. I told them to go in, and while I was at the parade and that, and I don't think they knew what it was or understood what it was. I said it's a comedy show type of thing. And we did the Little Mermaid ride. That was our last ride of the evening, was the Little Mermaid ride, because we needed to get up front for the fireworks. I went at the tip of the town square, which you all saw, and we were standing there, and I know not even like 1 foot in front of me, this tall giant guy and his family stood there, and I'm like, oh man. And of course, I said it too loud, but it was like they were trying to decide what they were going to do or have family, and I'm like, geez, you know, and then they kind of moved on or whatever. But I was standing there with her with Penguin Master, her sister and brother, and we were standing there, and the fireworks getting ready to start. And during the fireworks, that's when Angela had come over, and Jeff was standing on the side, and she had asked him if he would hold the stream for me, and he did. So that's what happened. Big kudos to Jeff for holding up the stream for me during the fireworks. The guy did. Another family kind of came over, and they were putting their phone and stuff up. And then when he came over, actually check out Penguin Masters enchantment fireworks video. Um, she actually had a better view than I did whenever I was holding it, but when Jeff came, it actually gave a good view. But yes, yeah, Jeff was the stream guy all weekend there. But they actually found me on my stream and came over to that, and then I took you guys down Main Street. I should have came back towards the the train station to end the stream, but I ended up by the castle and everything. But yes, thanks to Jeff and Angela and everything. Curse of the Tall, yeah. I should have actually had Colton hold it because he is taller too, and we were up on the curb at where the Christmas tree area is. Um, and so if I would have had Colton, but I was afraid if the stream would have went out or something, he wouldn't have known what to do to get it back. So that's why I was holding it until Jeff came along and he said, "Yeah, sure, here you go." After we had ended the stream, we talked to Jeff and Angela, and I got a had to run into the confectionery store for a couple things. Jeff had just put you on his shoulders. No, I would probably kill Jeff there. But no, that's what I with the stream because I noticed I was watching the stream on there and people were like, "Hey, what wondering what happened there." But thanks to Jeff, it was actually kind of interesting because the air and the smoke kind of didn't clear out that well. It was kind of a kind of a thick thing where the fireworks were reflecting off of the clouds and the smoke because it didn't move out that fast. It was kind of a dense air up by the castle. In fact, at one moment before Jeff and Angela actually came over, you couldn't even see the castle when the fireworks were going off and everything. And then it kind of cleared out a little bit, but it really made it um, a neat stream and view and everything. That was actually a good view. Watching it from there, if you want to see all the effects of the fireworks of enchantment. What did you think of the fireworks, Penguin Master?
It was a nice show put together. I like the song "It's Almost There" from The Princess and the Frog. That was my favorite part of it.
Sorry. And then we ended up going back to our resort to drop off everything, and we headed to Disney Springs. Um, we had found, you can tell them what you found, and then that's why we went to Disney Springs to exchange because they had larger sizes.
I had found a Stitch Spirit jersey that I had liked because Stitch is one of my favorite characters. We had to go and exchange it. And then we also picked up one of the Scream Can cups over there that my sister had won it.
From Monsters Inc., yes. So we went back to the resort, dropped our stuff off from Magic Kingdom, and drove over to Disney Springs. Unfortunately for like the World of Disney and that, the Lime Garage is a good spot to get in so you can get there quicker. But they had already shut that one down, so we had to go into the Orange Garage. Wasn't too bad walking through because we were looking at just window shopping, but it was kind of tiring after a day at the Magic Kingdom. But that was the only much time that we had was going into the World of Disney, kind of looking around. I actually found um, there was a train set there that I was going to buy. It's a little bit cheaper train. They used to do a bigger size, heavy duty plastic train, and now they miniaturized it because now they're offering the $500 Lionel train set. That's the 50th anniversary. I would love to have that, but it's just way out of my league of pricing. But they have a smaller size one that Lionel makes that's like a heavy duty plastic, and I was kind of deciding should I get it, should I not? But I ended up not really buying it just because I'll get it at another trip. Plus, they also had the four parks puzzle. That was another thing I was thinking about getting, but I have all these other puzzles I needed to buy or build yet. So just kind of looking around, and sometimes if you can't see it in the park, sometimes the World of Disney will have different things there. I ended up getting my mom the 50th anniversary coloring book, or the Art of Coloring Walt Disney World book that they had for sale. I ended up getting that. We exchanged Penguin Masters Stitch Spirit jersey. We did buy the smaller size just because we didn't know if they would have them anywhere when the cast member was looking, and she said try there. But then I did see him at a couple other places when we were around. Um, so we finished up our shopping trip at Disney Springs because it was closing at 11, and headed back to the resort, and just kind of ended our evening. And then on Monday, we journeyed over to Epcot since didn't open until 10 o'clock. The resort guests got in at 9:30, and we got there at 9:30, and we were able to go ahead and start walking in. And I started the stream when we got there. I set up the stream and everything, and walking by, and then we decided we had a little bit of time because test we got it. Well, actually, before I set up the stream, we went on test track. Um, they were having a delayed opening and everything, but we actually got on it right away once they opened it. So we did test track first. For I would have had it on the stream, but it's easier for me to make a video than trying to get in and out of the car with everything and trying to live stream. And sometimes I know that gets dicey and losing the stream and everything. Then they went on Mission Space, and that's where I started my live stream. And what did you think of Mission Space?
It is alright. It's not really my thing. That's the ride my brother had like when he was little. He would ride that like 5 times on the trip. But we had chose the green side because I was like, I don't know about all the spinning, so I was the one that made him get on green.
Yeah, so they rode the green side, which is the little bit safer side of Mission Space. I chose not to ride it. I have ridden it before. I've done both sides, but I just didn't want to chance it this time around. My ears just aren't as good as for the equilibrium and everything. So I stayed in the playground area where they have different games, and they do have a little play yard for families waiting, and then there's the gift shop. And after that, showed you the Galaxy's A or the Guardians of the Galaxy ride area where they had the new spaceship outside in front of it there that you could see. And then we decided to walk over towards the creation shop. We did go into um, the the Club Cool and try Beverly and some of the other beverages there. And what did you think of some of the beverages in Club Cool, and what was your favorite?
I think I only ended up just trying the one. I tried the watermelon one, but I should have tried the Russia Sprite just because I'm doing Russian, but I ended up not. And then I did not try the Beverly, but Jeff was trying to get me to, but and not that time. Maybe next time.
Yeah, Jeff was in the stream saying try the Beverly, but she did not. I did go ahead and do the Beverly. Um, it's okay. It's not a favorite of mine, but I went ahead and did it. And I also tried that one that's like a barbecue flavor type of thing, but that was not that great of a flavor. I think it's like plum, but it tastes like a barbecue-ish type of flavor and everything. Then we went into the creation shop, shop around, and that's where we kind of hit pay dirt there because I was able to find myself the 50th anniversary lounge fly from the Creation Shop. So if you're ever looking for some merchandise, make sure you check out Epcot, especially if you're at Epcot, because they had a lot of stuff that some of the places were out of, and they had just gotten these in, and they were flying off the shelf while I was standing there deciding which one I was going to get. And then they also had the new Funko Pop Castle, which her brother ended up buying. I actually had the Disneyland castle, so I chose not to get it. But while we were standing there, I told him go grab it um, because they were flying off the table for the Funko Pop Castle. But I was able to get one of these. I'm pretty happy. That was something I really wanted, 50th anniversary. So it took four trips since the 50th anniversary, three trips to get that. So, and I was kind of bummed because I know I had seen him out like 2 or 3 days beforehand, and and I was like, okay, won't be able to find that. Other than Keller's, yeah, they are pretty much the same, Mark. But for him, he doesn't have one, so he ended up buying it. And like I said, they were flying. There were two left when he went over, and he grabbed one of the two, and then somebody grabbed the last one. Um, we did virtual checkout or mobile checkout. If you can do that, I recommend doing that. The lines do take a little bit longer, and but if you have to do the lines, that's sorry about that. I was having feedback on my microphone there, but yeah, they're pretty much but the Kellers and everything. So he was happy with that purchase. That was the biggest purchase. After and I got a pin. Um, and I'll show my pins afterwards here. Yeah, that's where we bought the lounge flies. So after we had left the creation shop, Colton and his sister took the stuff out to the trunk of the car. Seeing all the posts on the AP group, I can imagine they were yes, yeah. The Funko was pretty cool there. So they took the merchandise, locked it up in the trunk of the car, and we waited for them. And out by the fountain. And then once they came in, we went over to Living with the Land and Soarin'. And then we walked over, or well, we actually took the boat over to the World Showcase to Japan, where we ended the stream because we were having lunch at Via Napoli. And that's when we met Russ. Once we got to Via Napoli, and he joined us at the table with his having water and everything. They were very nice to add him on, and he had already just had lunch, but since he was going to hang out with us for the rest for about a couple hours of the day, um, we had our lunch at Via Napoli, went over to Ratatouille for our over to Ratatouille, and after Ratatouille, I met Jay Nashville. We kept texting and mentioned yeah, most expensive water you ever had. And while we were over Ratatouille, I kept messaging Jay Nashville because she said she was going to be in the park, and she just happened to be in France, so we didn't have to go walking somewhere. And I got to meet Jay Nashville. Unfortunately, in the all the excitement and crowd and everything, forgot to. Um, no, we had the lightning lane mark with that. Since it was kind of like their first trip and everything, we had the lightning lane. So I got to meet Jay Nashville and forgot to take a picture after she walked away, and we were on our way to Hollywood Studios again. That's where I remember, like, darn, I forgot to get a picture. Maybe I'll catch up later, and we really never did after that. But we wanted to go back to Hollywood Studios so Colton could get pictures with the photo pass in Galaxy's Edge with his robe on and everything because we didn't get a chance to do it the last time we were over there. Plus, ride Tower of Terror, and we also saw the Beauty and the Beast show. And then after that, we didn't really have dinner plans or whatever, but um, sometimes when you're looking at different foods, I knew Epcot really didn't have some things that would be the taste of the family. So I just said to Russ, "Do you want to go over to the Riviera to their quick service?" And we ate at the Riviera Resort in their quick service, where they could get the chicken fingers, and Penguin Master and I got pasta, and Russ got an Italian sandwich there. And it was kind of relaxing there, and didn't have to fight the crowds and everything. And then we got to ride the Skyliner. And what did you think of the Skyliner, Penguin Master?
Oh, I liked riding that, just going back and forth, being up high and just seeing all the stuff. It was good.
I bet that was a hard sell to get Russ to the Riviera. Yeah, it was. He was fighting it all the way, Mark. Back in. That's my headphones. It was kind of a hard sell. No, he already knew what he wanted. Even like, oh, I love the Italian sandwich. So we put in our orders while we were on the Skyliner, and when we only had to wait a few moments and got our food, and it was pretty good and relaxing. And then we headed back towards Epcot, and then Russ headed to his car to head home. And then we went back into Epcot, and it was getting around the time. There was probably about an hour and a half before Harmonious. We kind of were looking around at some of the art booths and the stores, and I wanted to go ahead and film Harmonious. At that point, what's too cool to sit outside? Yeah, that was the one disappointing thing. Mark was it was a little bit chilly, and we weren't able to sit outside, but it's possibly sometime in the summer or even springtime. It'll be nice to go sit there outside. And then you can tell them what you did for the rest of the evening, Penguin Master.
Well, me, my sister, and brother, we went over and rode Figment, went and stopped at the Nemo, Funny Nemo ride, and then
The microphone.
and
Okay.
then Spaceship Earth.
And then you guys went shopping too while you were waiting for me.
Yeah.
I was gonna film Harmonia. I do apologize because I was gonna try and go live for Harmonious. I had a spot, but my fever like killing me and everything, so I moved away and went somewhere where I could sit down for a little bit. And then the crowd was just starting to come in, and I wasn't able to get a good spot. And I knew Steve got up there. Maybe Penguin Master. Is there a TV or something on behind you?
No, because it's on mute.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can hear like a feedback or something, but that's okay. There we go. I hope that's better there. But so I knew Steve had gotten a good spot where he was, and so that's why I just put that message out. Go watch Steve for Harmonious. I did find a little bit of an area where there was a rise, and I watched some of it, and then I thought, well, I'll start walking to front of the park, and you can kind of watch it in certain parts, but since it's called Walcott, some of the areas got blocked there, and we waited for the Spaceship Earth to light back up again, and got some pictures. As you saw, I didn't post the Penguin Master one and her sisters, but they actually had the magic where when you had the paintbrush by your head, you were supposed to get Mickey ears drawn in the air, and um, and Penguin Master um, and her sister were able to get the um, get the Mickey ears picture, and I'll show Penguin Masters. I didn't get the magic, which I posted mine on Instagram, and that, but I didn't get the magic for that one, and neither did her brother. Um, and even though the cast member said, "Oh, it looks good," but probably didn't have it right, or maybe it did show up, but then it didn't show up on our thing. But that's what the picture looks like with the paintbrush and everything. We might not have had it right or whatever, because what had happened is in between the pictures, a new cast member came over and maybe they didn't have their stuff set up right or whatever. I'm not sure, but I'm not too mad about that. Things happen, and um, so we just didn't get that magic. In fact, I didn't get a couple. I didn't get my Haunted Mansion ride or Tower of Terror ride pictures, even though I scanned my Magic Band. I didn't end up getting them. Maybe they'll show up again at another time. But got mostly everything else. But the Tower of Terror one didn't show up. And I know I scanned the band, but other than that, it wasn't too bad there. Yeah, unacceptable. Yes, I did get the pictures from outside the Haunted Mansion. I'll have to send them to you. But overall, that was our evening. We did go back to the resort, and we had dessert at the resort with ice cream and just kind of relaxed for the rest of the evening. Started packing up. Um, I had stayed at this was my third trip staying at All Star Music Resort since they reopened with the new refurbishment. The first two times I had a regular single room where um, you have the regular bed and then a pull down bed. With the family suites, what they've done is taken two of those rooms and kind of reconfigured it where you end up with two bathrooms. But in the first room, when you first walk in, is where they have a couch and a table, and those beds come down off the wall, and you set that up. We never had the we never actually took the beds back up and used the table or the couch as the couch. We pretty much kept it that way. And then in the other room is a queen size bed with the bathroom connected, and then they had like a little chair and table. They both rooms had TVs and dressers. They did put in a little kitchenette. This kitchenette is a little bit better than
Amy, you're on mute.
sorry. Uh, had my dumb moment of muting myself there. Yeah, yeah, it should be back now, hopefully. Now I muted myself accidentally, so I do apologize there. Yeah, I'm not sure how to get that feedback off, whether I don't want to remove penguins. And that's who I was trying to mute, and I muted myself there because maybe that would help with the feedback. Um, I'm sorry, I probably have myself muted most of the time of talking about the room, but they were the family suites are like taking two of the regular rooms and they reconfigured it. They have a front room that had like a table and a couch, and then they had the beds that you pull down, and then you move the chairs and everything like that. Welcome in, Julio. Thank you for joining. I hope you can hear now, Julio. Um, and then they had a kitchenette in there. And like I said, the refrigerator is a medium size. It actually has a refrigerator where you can put pop, beer, whatever you like in there. And then up above, you can put water in the freezer. Or if you wanted to buy ice cream or something, or microwave pizza or some type of microwave food, if you didn't want to eat at the parks or in the food courts, you can kind of have some food like that because you can cook at a microwave. There was a coffee maker that had tea and the Joffrey's coffee, a regular kitchen sink. Most of the dishes were styrofoam, plastic forks, and stuff like that. Um, that's why I was laughing because here we go with the toaster. I said, I wish they would have had a toaster because I like my Pop Tarts hot. Well, we didn't have Pop Tarts because we never actually got to the store to go get some type of snack foods and stuff like that. But I was sat there laughing because I was going to be like, well, I'm going to be like Toaster Steve because they have a toaster in my room. That would have been nice, but I could see why they don't have toasters there. But it would have been fun to have bring a toaster there in that room. It would have made the room a little bit. And that I think, like when you stay in the DVC resorts, they give you a lot of those appliances and everything. Um, but in the like the other room was a large queen size bed that was set up. You didn't have to pull that out. They had two regular TVs in the rooms. There was a lot of USB ports and plugins. The lighting. The only thing like with the bathroom in the other room was the shower. It was just a shower type of room with the glass, but they had really nice shower heads for you. And the other room had a bathtub and shower in the other bathroom. And I did do a little bit of a video on our last day after we kind of cleaned it up and took our luggage out and everything like that. Welcome in, this our dreams. Um, they kind of walked around the resort. We did, unfortunately, they didn't go swimming at all. They had thought about it, but by the evenings it was cooler. And I did tell them they could go back on the bus if they wanted to go swimming or go take a break or anything like that. But other than that, it's a nice resort. I won't complain about it too much, but I did feel the room was a little too tight, even though it was a family suite. Just because we had the furniture down a lot and everything. I'm going to mute myself, but Penguin Master can give her review of the room and what she thought of the resort.
Well, yeah, same you said, it was kind of tight just moving around with four people and just with beds down and stuff, but nothing too much for me. I don't really care for much because just for nighttime, really, just sit your stuff. It's overall still pretty good. Faming's music, I like music or any of that stuff, so that was nice.
And yeah, and like I said, we pretty much really did not. We weren't really at the resort that long, except in the mornings we'd walk through, and then the gift shop. We went into the gift shop, and basically we're in the parks most of the time. But that was pretty much overall our whole trip with everything. If you have any questions for Penguin Master, because like I said, she hasn't been there in a long time, or if any other questions, and I'll show my pins that I picked up and some of the merchandise I picked up, and probably look for a video from Penguin Master of the merchandise that maybe her brother will allow her to show and her merchandise. But I picked up some pins. This is a Windows pin for the Pirates of the Caribbean. I saw that at Epcot. I collected some of the window pins, and I know I don't think I had this one. I think it was fairly new. And so this was the Pirates of the Caribbean window pin. Um, I seen the President's Day pin, so I picked that up since we just had President's Day. Or that's actually coming up. Sorry, I'm like ahead of myself. But I picked up the President's Day. It has Sam Eagle. So while I was at Epcot, also when I was at the Magic Kingdom, I picked up the riverboat, um, the Liberty Bell riverboat. I actually enjoy going on the riverboat. It's relaxing. If you want to get out of the crowd and just relax and watch the world go by, it's kind of a nice boat ride around um, that the past Big Thunder Mountain and Tom Sawyer's Island, and then Liberty Square and everything. So it's kind of a nice ride and everything. Welcome in, Dave. Thank you for joining, Dave Stragan. Um, then I seen the Harmonious pin. I did see the T-shirt, and I thought about getting the T-shirt, but I figured I would get the pin, and maybe eventually I'll pick up the T-shirt. I did see that they dropped a spirit jersey too, if you're into doing the spirit jerseys. But this was the Harmonious pin for the show. Another item, this actually was the lowest merchandise haul that I've ever had, but we were at the Magic Kingdom and I seen the buses. One of the reasons why I picked up this thing is because they no longer have Magical Express. One of the buses is the Magical Express. The other one is the Disney Cruise Line bus. I'm not sure if they're still painted Disney Cruise Line or not, because quite honestly, I never noticed like the Mears buses as much as you used to notice the Magical Express buses and the cruise line buses on property. And then, of course, they have the regular Disney bus transportation bus there, and some of them have the wraps on it. Most of the time, when we got picked up at the Magic Kingdom by bus, we always had a wrap bus. The first one was Cinderella. Another one was the 50th anniversary, and I think the other one was Princess and the Frog, I believe. Okay, Russ. Yeah, like I said, I never really noticed a lot of them around, and since we didn't go over to we came in on Terminal A, that's where Southwest, and we rented a car through Thrifty Rental Car. Um, did you say rat bus? Yeah, but so I didn't notice, but I didn't really see a lot of Mears Connect buses except heading to the airport when we were leaving the airport to go towards Disney World. I seen a lot coming into the airport, but even at the resort when we were waiting out for the regular buses, when you were standing there, there was always a Magical Express bus pulling in, and I didn't really see too many after that of the Connect buses either. So, but I'm sure they're there. I just wasn't noticeable with how that was going. Welcome in, Cherie Surfer Girl. I'm just finishing up the stream, and then I picked up an All Star Resort T-shirt. It just tells you sports, music, movies, and repeat. So they kind of combine their merchandise with all the All Stars. And then I picked up the multiple Goofy candy of the sour balls, and then I also had Rice Krispie treats. And then I will let you, if Penguin Master wants to share some of her merchandise, or at least tell you what her favorite part was and everything. But I'm going to mute myself.
Well, I picked up a Stitch Spirit jersey, which I liked. I got a couple pins, just 3 pins, a Dodger and Oliver, a Stitch pin, and a Grumpy pin. And I got a Monsters University hat that I like, and 2 different candies, including the sour balls and a Rice Krispie treat and a marshmallow cotton candy treat thing. So that was all I picked up. My brother was the big spender and buying all sorts of merch.
Yeah, so hopefully he'll let Penguin Master make a video, and you'll get to see what it is and everything. But we do thank you for dropping in on the stream this evening. Um, and if you have any other questions for myself or Penguins Master, because I'm pretty much a veteran Disney person. This was actually Penguin Master's second trip. She was 4 years old on her first trip. Didn't really remember. Her brother was 5 years old, and her sister probably 10 or 11 maybe on the first ones there. Yes, we love the I like both of the ones, chocolate dip, but a lot of times I like the plain a little bit better at times. And so that was pretty much our trip, and that was my merchandise. Like I said, that is the lowest I've ever spent on the trip there, but I did bring home. Oh, we also did Gideon's cookies. I dropped them off at Gideon's cookies while I went to do something, and they spent about 45 minutes in line, and they got their cookies. Penguin Master got cookies and cream, peanut butter cookies, and a chocolate chip. There was chocolate chip cookies bought, peanut butter cookies bought, and we brought those home. Welcome in, England, Portugal. Thank you for joining. We're getting ready to end the stream. I know the Disney Nerd Herders go live and everything. So I do thank you. And Penguin Master is going to go ahead and jump off for the evening. Probably the Penguins are getting ready to play or have homework to do and everything. But be sure to check out Penguin Master's channel for other videos. She has enchantments on there and probably a merchandise haul video also. And I know she did a candy bar. We bought candy bars from the Universal store at the airport, and she did a video on that also. So that is pretty much it. I am going to let Penguin Master get going, and I'll finish up the stream with everyone. So
bye, everyone.
So yeah, sorry, William. We usually go like at 6 p.m. But I do thank everyone for joining. And we do thank you for following along while I did live streams late evening at the Magic Kingdom. That one probably wasn't my best stream there, but during the day at the Magic Kingdom and some parts of Hollywood Studios, and also the morning at Epcot with the live streams. I do have a couple videos I'll be dropping, so go check those out whenever I get those ready and prepared. And then some of them are actually us on the air. Well, pictures of us landing in Orlando and also flying into Pittsburgh, taking off from Orlando back to Pittsburgh for our trip home. So go check out the Disney Nerd Herders at 7 p.m. I know Pete McDevitt's doing various streams of whether he's doing the Olympics coverage on different games or interviewing creators. Also, Friday night he has his Chaos Clubhouse stream, and so he's always streaming there. Also at 8 p.m. the escapades of Joy S. and Peyton and Justin, and at 9 p.m. The This and That crew, and maybe Monarch Moments, and if not, catch Monarch Moments on Friday evening. So have a great night, everyone. And I also like to thank Dean of the Live Place, theliveplace.com. Go check out him on his channel. I know he was just at Walt Disney World with his brother and family. And also check out his channel and check out all the other different YouTubers, whether they're Disney or travel or cruising and everything. So have a great evening, everyone. And it was great seeing Russ, Jeff, and Angela, Walt, and Melissa. I know with other people, I try to, but sometimes when you're with the family, it's a little bit harder. So hopefully on some future trips when I'm down there solo or with one other person, I'll try and catch up with some other people. It was good seeing Karen Cook and Angela Minta and Jay Nashville also. So I hope you guys have a great evening, and I will see you in the chats and let the adventures begin. Good night, everyone, and thank you for joining us. Have a great night. Bye.